Alright, so the word dystopia literally translates to bad place, but that doesn't mean that video gaming's fallen cities don't have some redeeming features. Take City 17 for example. Alright, the suppression field's a bit of a deal breaker for us, but there's some lovely Eastern European architecture to admire. And just look at these 6 supposed dystopias that we'd be happy to move into, not least because rent prices would be through the floor.
Where to start with Neo Kobe City from Snatcher? The place is a technological wonderland with intelligent buildings, an underground garbage disposal pipeline, and advanced air purification. It does have the highest crime rate in the world, but that's probably because the rest of that world has been wiped out by a biological weapon. Sucks to be those guys. The bigger issue is the murderous robots called Snatchers, which are infiltrating society and replacing people with cybernetic clones. Still, we can rely on Gillian Seed of the Junker Anti-Snatcher Force to sort that out. He is an amnesiac, but I'm definitely sure he's not a robot wearing a human suit. Actually, better get that checked out.
Who wouldn't want to live in Final Fantasy VII's glorious capital city of Midgar? It's a masterstroke of city design, the civic planning equivalent of tidying your bedroom by hiding everything under the bed. The top plate has beautiful pseudo-European architecture, a bustling arts district, and a reliable public transport system. That leaves the area under the plate to hide the undesirable slums full of these bloody eco-warriors banging on about how a Mako reactor isn't a clean renewable energy source and is, in fact, sucking the planet dry of all its vital resources, or some such nonsense. Hippies! Next they'll be telling me that giant meteor in the sky is the fault of some white-haired goth with mummy issues.
Neutropolis from 1996's weird 3D point-and-clicker normality, starring Corey Feldman, yes, you heard, is a depressing police state where fun has been banned. Now, I'm no dictator, but that seems like a much more transparent way to run a dystopia.
I began to learn the shady history of Neutropolis shortly after my week-long holiday in the Blue Pens.
Instead of making people miserable through gradual, barely perceptible loss of civil liberties, you just straight up ban fun.
Which had transformed this radical, free-thinking utopia into the polluted pit of boredom it is today.
There's a purity to it. What's more, again, not wanting to sound like a cheerleader for totalitarian regimes, if self-consciously wacky lead character Kent Knutson represents what fun looks like in this universe,
what's up, dudes?
Then you can go right ahead and install that government CCTV camera in my shower, because he is an idiot. Apparently this Mick Hucknall lookalike got incarcerated at the beginning of the game for whistling a happy tune. We're willing to bet it was the f***ing Birdie song on loop for 3 hours. Throw away the key.
Another futuristic city, another grumbling band of resistance fighters sick of being told what to do.
Liberty, equality, fraternity. I've warned you about those memorials.
In the city Neo Paris of Remember Me, Nilin is a resistance fighter with a group called the Errorists, see what they did there, who are fighting back against a brain implant called Sensen. Sensen has allowed for the introduction of a surveillance state, but the implant also allows you to erase unpleasant memories, like the memory that you live in a surveillance state. That way you can just keep the memories of this stunning blend of historic Parisian architecture and sci-fi skyscrapers. Ignorance is bliss, right? Sign me up.
The city in Mirror's Edge is such an oppressive environment that specialist couriers, called runners, must deliver illegal packages by sprinting past city security systems. Except the city seems pretty nice to us. 365 days of sunshine a year, clean streets, and health issues like smoking and obesity have been completely eradicated. Plus, look at all those red cranes. Plenty of construction means the economy must be in good shape. Which does beg the question, What exactly is in these illegal packages that heroin Faith is delivering? My money is on a 20-pack of Marlboro Lights and a Big Mac.
Good show. You're a bloody natural. Now, instead of trying to free one person, how about trying to free groups?
As dystopias go, New Harmony from Shaun White Skateboarding definitely isn't too bad. Nobody is being actively murdered or dying of any kind of mysterious disease. In fact, the worst fate appears to be having a job. Employment, imagine that.
Good morning. Welcome to the Ministry. Please proceed to your assigned task in an orderly and effective manner.
And look what happens when Shaun White and his skateboarding mates get hold of it. Previously pristine roadways get torn up, civic spaces are crisscrossed with unnecessary railings, and ministry propaganda is swapped for genuine, unironic advertising for Wendy's. Not sure which is worse, to be honest. And the most depressing part? Previously well-adjusted members of society are turned into moronic burnouts.
You ready to work this baby? Take her out to dinner?
Just ask yourself, what kind of a life is that?
Maybe a movie? Give her a goodnight kiss, call her 3 days later?
Those were the video game dystopias that, on balance, could have been much worse. Well, unless you're poor or a thought criminal or whatever. Hey, we were barely using our freedom of speech anyway. But which video game dystopias could you cope with living in? Let us know in the comments, and thanks for watching.